Hello everybody. Actually, while I actually making different very cool videos that coming on, actually not really soon, it takes too much time. I'll be just talk about a very simple software project I've done a while ago. But I think it's really interesting to have a look on it, so I think you'll be enjoyed. So, like, subscribe, and enjoy it.
Yeah, it will be quite short and about software thing, but I think you will like it. So while I'm doing other projects, which takes enormous amount of time, today I just want to talk about one of the software projects I've done in the past, but it may be very helpful for somebody. So as I mentioned before, this project is open source and it's only software based. So there's no hardware required for this software. But I think it will be helpful, so it will be interesting to show you how I've done it, why I've done it, and how it works. Here is the basic recommendation of software we'll be talking about today. It's VoiceRecogniseBot. So the first question, why? Well, simple reason. I'm too poor because I'm living loans. Yes, my students are taking my money to buy actual children premium. So I decided to create an bot for myself, and that will be able to recognize voice messages. Yes, I'm a programmer, I'm an engineer, I didn't find easy ways, so I'm creating Telegram bots for doing and stuff. You simply use Bootstrap AI from OpenAI, but not actually API, but just as a local model text responsible for project. And with that, work onto the C sharp actually locally transcribes a message and then sends the text back. I'm sorry about the quality of the code is terrible. I know. I'm not a programmer, first of all. I'm an engineer and mostly electronics engineer, so PCBs, embedded C, things like that are fun for me. But sometimes I also do programming. So, what we have here in a software, piece of software, I will be shortly demonstrate how it works later. But today we will have some talk about code and actually some decisions I made. First of all, it's written in C sharp. Why I'm using C sharp? First of all, I wanted to train the code on C sharp because I think I'll be using it a lot in the future because I'm developing some Windows configuration tools, things like that. And secondly, I'm not really fan of Java, so just pretty obvious check for me. Why not C++ Rust, whatever? About Rust. It's very interesting detail that and actually the first version of the software that I will be using to at the moment purely for myself, purely like one day weekend project will be coded in Rust. But I then decided to rewrite in a C sharp just because have a more intuitive and more easy to read code because in Rust my code is not mess. It's very messy, so nobody can read it and understand. So I decided to switch over C sharp. I know it's primarily caused by lack of skill in Rust, but as I said before, I know it's not a bad excuse, but I'm still more an engineer than software developer. So you can't judge me harshly. And I'm just doing some things that will be make my life more easy. Oh, okay. Let's go to the code. Basically, the source code is quite easy and straightforward. So basically, I have CLI that basically can help you to run actually an bot or to the configuration. So not to do it manually use config files, which is messy stuff. You can use CLI and it's amazing. Another thing, I have used a bunch of libraries for Telegram communication, for logging, for actually voice recognition and things. So. However, one very interesting thing I want to tell you about is a really interesting piece of software I figured out quite recently. It's actually not in a library. it's actually a packing solution for your software. For example, here I'm providing up image using Velopack, and it's very easy, like package. Then I'm just having a couple of line code. If I need, for example, update, I can add some code as well. And then I install CLI and just run a couple of commands, which will be create an installer for me. In case of Linux, it will be create up image and things like that, which is very nice. It removes me a lot of headache, and I can do my actual project more awesome. But it's not only one solution I went with packaging. So another thing you can figure out is GitHub Actions, which is a very nice thing. So I have a simple action here that basically does very simple thing. Every time I make a commit, it just updates version by one, which will be allowed me to track. Probably not the right way of doing it, like using var and then make commits, but one of the options. I'll be inspect some better ways of doing this thing, but just as a proof of concept it works now. So just basically in a commits version file with a new edited version. Then it checks that it has bullet releases in a comment message, which is important because I can update many comments and I didn't want to automatic builds after each. It's not a very good solution using bash script. I think there's a better way, but I'll be fix it later. And then basically just install all dependencies that Webpack I mentioned before, installs .NET, things like that, and then just starts building. And here's another trick that I've done, is that actually publishing as a single file. So that you have two options. First, download app image if you prefer, or you can just download one binary with all everything sorted and use that. It's up to you which one you prefer. But I prefer, for example, app image for me if I didn't run it on a server, and for example, single file that I can just install in a user local bin if I'm using my server for running this bot. Same doing thing we are doing for Windows. Unfortunately, we didn't support Mac OS on this stage, but it's coming soon. And then we just upload it to the GitHub Actions and be ready to go. There's one more issue with this code that I need fix. I'll be create issues straight away after I finish this video, but it's a very nasty bug caused by writing not really nice code. Well, I'm here using a method called MP4 to VAV, which basically takes an MP4 video and turns to the just raw audio so the whisper can read it and actually make transcription. However, as you can see, I'm using the media from the reader, which is Windows API. And the problem is, if I run it on Linux, it's obviously crash and just screaming for help and screaming for library. There's a couple of more things I want to show. So basically, for configuration, I'm just using very simple GSL, and it's basically pretty easy for using. It's like just a couple of parameters, like model, which model you want to use, tiny, large, depending on your computer and how powerful it is. Then actually your Telegram talking for obvious reasons, so we're not sure your mine. No, it's not funny. And then I'm actually setting the languages that will be available in the menu. And then I'm setting default language, which will be setting by default when you just send random message without setting the language. I'll just quickly explain it in a demonstration. And there's a CLI that you can use basically for actually configuring. First installed, it's required me to know such command. So the keyboard appears. So I can select, for example, have looked to the logs of the bot and know something about the bot or about message. and the most important select language. Let's select lesson for now and record voice language or recognition. Obdijen, mani sauc Aleksandrs, un tagad es testēju šo Telegram botu. And it tried to recognize. It's working. It's not really nice working with Latvian and Russian, for example, perfectly works with English. So let's select English and record this message. My name is Alex, and now I'm testing this Telegram robot for recognizing messages. We need to wait a couple of seconds before it should recognize. And yeah, it's not perfect, but it's still really good. And then we can type start again. And for example, if I look to the log and see that there's some changes on it. Another important thing I really wanted to show you is that you can actually, using CLR and close the log, type update on it. And for example, model, then you can go to the list of the models and let's select target model, see changes in a config, and we can run an bot again. And for example, record another message and say, and check how long it will take to recognize. It took a little bit, I think, less long than the first time, so I think the model being changed.
This one being everything for today, and I hope I will see you really soon. Like, subscribe, and goodbye.